This is my favorite messenger bag, and as you can see, it has torn right here on the front, on the top of the bag. And I love this bag. I want to patch it so I can keep using it. There's not really an easy way to just simply stitch this back together. The fabric has shredded away. And a patch there is going to be very obvious. So what I'm going to do is add a piece of grosgrain ribbon across the whole top of the bag. So that will cover the tear and be consistent across the whole top of the bag. You can see the bag has faded some, so the black's a little bit different color. I'm okay with that. I just want to be able to keep using it. Before I do that, something a little bit odd about this bag is that the lining is not necessarily tacked down all that well. So what I'm going to do very first is stitch across this top band through both layers so that when I do add my ribbon, it can more easily go through both layers and not have one of them wiggle. So let's do that first. I do so like a production worker, so I rarely pin things. I'm not going to start with this one. I'm going to use my fingers to make sure that this top edge is flat, hold it together, and get it up under the machine. And I'm just going to top stitch right across this stitch that's already here. All right, I just back stitched across my starting point. Let me trim these threads. All right, now I have a much flatter surface to work with that's not going to wiggle around so much. With my grosgrain ribbon, I do want to go across the whole front. So I'm not going to be able to go across this buckle on the sides. So I'm going to start as close to it as I can, and I'm going to put my grosgrain ribbon very close to the top so that it will close up that hole. Let me cut a section. All right, that's going to be plenty long enough. I'm going to fold my grosgrain ribbon under just about 1/4 of an inch so that I cover that raw edge, and then line it up where I want it here. Let's see if that's too close to the buckle. Can I get under there? Not quite. Let me scoot it out a little bit. There we go. All right, I'm going to go straight across. All right, at the other end, I'm gonna do the same thing. I'm gonna stop just before that buckle, tuck my ribbon under about 1/4 of an inch to cover that raw edge. Let's see if I'm far enough out. Yeah, there we go. All right, now I'm going to turn the corner, stitch down across that folded edge. And then I'm going to stitch back along the bottom edge of my grosgrain ribbon all the way back to where I started. All right, I've edge stitched all the way around my ribbon. Let's take a look. There we go. It's ready to keep using and get a few more years of wear. Hopefully a lot more years of wear.